Hello and welcome back to an exciting episode of Check with Tech, your guide to all things tech. I'm your host Yaseen Azzam, and let's get to it, shall we? First things first, we all know that Amazon is trying to upgrade Alexa, make it more accessible, more useful. So first they gave her emotions, then Samuel L. Jackson was Alexa, and now Alexa can play board games with you, specifically Ticket to Ride and Ticket to Ride Europe. But here's the catch. You don't have to get a digital port, you actually have to get the physical box itself, and it's for free. So, first of all, what? I have never heard of Ticket to Ride or Ticket to Ride Europe. I assume they're popular board games because that's the first thing Amazon went with. But why does this have to, exist now? I mean, all you have to do is say, Alexa, launch the game, Ticket to Ride, whatever. But I'm not so sure how this will work out because, it's AI and it doesn't understand any bluffing or anything that has to do with board games at all. So it's really weird, but what's cool about this is that when you launch it for the first time, she gives you a tutorial on how to unbox it, how to set out the maps and the game, how to play. So it's better than watching YouTube, I can say that. But it's kind of weird playing with just a voice and nothing else. But you are only listening to me, you're not technically looking at me, so hey, I'll give her a shot. Okay, surprising headline. Apple is getting sued for something that's available on their Apple Watches. What's happening? I'll tell you. Basically, on the new Apple Watches, of course, you can detect heartbeats, and if the heart rate is irregular, it can give you a notification. So, a teacher at New York University School of Medicine, Dr. Joseph Weasel, I hope I said that correct. Basically, he is suing Apple because he claims that he invented this technology or this monitor. Sure, until now we don't really have any updates, but all he wants is compensation. But I'm not sure. He didn't give any evidence, so I can't say I'm with him, but at the same time, I'm not sure if Apple didn't take it from him. The Apple didn't avoid the lawsuit for some reason, but okay. So Dr. Joseph Weasel, or Weasel, I don't know how to pronounce it. I hope I pronounced it correctly. So this is very this is a small headline. It doesn't have any big impacts. No offense, but it's important to him. I assume. So, okay. I'm surprised, honestly. Not the fact that Apple would do such a thing, but the fact that this exists for some reason. So you all heard of father-son bonding, quality time together, whatever. Usually you'd go fishing, skiing, anywhere that's entertaining. Well, these two mad lads, Sterling Backus and Xander, assumed that why not, and so they 3D printed a Lamborghini. Yes, I'm being 100% serious. They were playing Forza Horizon 3, and then one day Xander asked his dad if they can build a Lamborghini Aventador. So they 3D printed most of it. I assume it's functioning. I assume it actually can move like a regular car. So this is what's exciting. due to this, Katia Bassi, the chief marketing officer of Lamborghini, called them and hooked them up with an Aventador S Roadster, which is roughly worth $460,247. So, if you want a Lamborghini, just 3D print one and they give you one right away. But this is, I gotta say, I am so proud of Lamborghini for acknowledging their how can I say it, determination and love for their cars. So this is a very heartwarming article for me personally, because I don't find that really often. But anyways, let's get back to actual technology. This is the weirdest segment I have recorded in my entirety as a podcaster in this podcast. So let's just go right over to the actual podcast itself. Let's start with Xiaomi. Yes, everybody kind of assumed that Xiaomi is now going with Apple, at least on their watch design. It's going to be like squared with curved edges. Well, now Xiaomi threw that out of the water and they announced their new smartwatch, the Xiaomi Watch Color. Assuming from the name, it's going to have a colored screen. So, okay, what does it look like? Imagine a Samsung a Galaxy Watch, and that's it. It looks like a Samsung Galaxy Watch, but what does it have? Well, it has a 1.39-inch AMOLED screen, that's its diameter, and supports Bluetooth 5.0. It has 5 ATM water resistance, and it can support swimming. It can recognize out of sports mode, monitor stress and physical conditions in real time, NFC, long battery life, and it has Xiao AI, which is basically Siri but for Xiaomi. It's a smart assistant, and you can use it to control your smart home like air actions on the S Pen. You can flick your wrist on any direction and you would control your smart home basically. The actual watch itself comes in two colors, elegant black and stylish silver, and it has 6 silicon wristbands that are really colorful in my opinion. So yes, it has a 420 milliamp hour battery, and they say it can last 14 days and 22 days when using power save mode. It has 24/7 heart rate detection, sleep detection, pressure detection, training, breathing, almost anything you could find in a regular smartwatch these days. So what do I think of it? Well, 14 days and 22 days is a lot, especially for a colored smartwatch, and 420 is a bit small for a battery, but then again, Xiaomi is capable of doing that. I am 100% confident with that. I mean, I have their Mi Band 3. It lasts 3 weeks without a single charge, so that's very good. And how much does it cost? Approximately $114.60. So this is very nice. If it lives up to the expectations, it could be very recommended at basically everywhere. Am I the only one who acknowledges the fact that Samsung calls the screens on their phones Infinity Display, Infinity O Display? Well, it has some bezels. Well, here they're trying to fix that. So everybody's talking about CES 2020. Everyone has their innovations, their products, their mind-blowing gadgets, everything. And Samsung is rumored to show an 8K TV with absolutely no bezels at all. It may carry the model number Q900T and Q950T. I mean, it's so tiny, the bezels, according to the leaks. They actually called it the Samsung Zero Bezel TV. But I think this is where they really show the infinity display potential of Samsung. But if this is really true, it's going to be very successful, in my opinion, because it has both 8K and no bezels at all. I mean, who appreciates bezels? Unless they're really, really thin, which is on that device. I mean, according to the leaks and potential pictures, I can't even see a pixel of bezels. This is how the future is coming, ladies and gentlemen. No more bezels. Speaking of 8K TVs, LG just announced their plans for their next rollable TV at CES 2020. So, for the past 2 years, I think, the rollable TVs kind of came out flattened out of the box, I would say. But now it can roll downwards from the ceiling, kind of like how the projector screen does. Also, LG will make their first 48-inch OLED TV, which hopefully will be unveiled at CES 2020. So, what do I think of it? Well, I don't know a lot of people who actually own the first rollable TV, but I do know that it works. But I can't believe that LG is one of the only people who are doing it for now. I mean, good for them. And that's not a bad thing at all. They're trying to go with the innovation, kind of like the Samsung way. But honestly, I'm still waiting for anyone else to join the competition of rollable TVs. But so far, this is actually a really big upgrade. But I'm curious how the height between the floor and the ceiling will do. I mean, if it will change anything. Because, I mean, wouldn't it be a little high or low at some point? I don't know. We'll see at CES. Okay, we're not sure how Samsung is doing with innovation, except that bezel-less TV, regarding TVs. But we do know that they're going to launch 3 laptops this year. First is the Galaxy Flex, and then the Galaxy Ion. But now there's going to be the Galaxy Book Flex Alpha. Yes, it's technically their mid-range laptop, but it's still QLED. So this is good, I guess. I am not sure how it will go out. It has a 13.3-inch 600 nit QLED display, as I just said before, and it has, of course, better colors and pixels. So this is basically the main selling point of the laptop. It will last 17.5 hours on average, and it has fast charging, and it has the 10th gen Intel processors, and up to 12 gigabytes of RAM, and up to 1 terabyte of PCIe SSD, Wi-Fi 6, optional pen, just one USB-C port, 2 USB-A ports, an HDMI port, a micro SD card slot, and a headphone jack. Okay, and considering that it's just $829 compared to the $1,500 that is the Samsung Galaxy Book Flex, the regular one, this is actually a really good option for people who are a little bit on a budget. I mean, it's still kind of expensive, but not as expensive as the Flex. But it is considered the Flex, but it's called the Flex Alpha, which is supposed to be better than the regular Flex, but it's just confusing. So I'm just going to leave it right there. And let's see what sells. But of course, there wouldn't be a Check with Tech episode if there wasn't anything about Apple. So, Apple's reporting that they're working on a new Mac that is focused on gaming use this time in 2020. So it's going to compete against high-end gaming PCs. But here's the thing about the rumored gaming Mac. It could cost $5,000. Yes, $5,000. Remember, this is the same company that made a stand made out of metal, just a stand for $1,000. So don't be surprised when you hear $5,000 for a gaming focused PC. Like, honestly. So, I mean, we really don't have a lot about it yet because it's just rumors. But the only thing we might get correct about is the price and that it exists. So, Apple will make a Mac that would cost $5,000 for esports. Yes. So, what can I say? It's the beginning of 2020 and everybody's excited about the new decade, and that's it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out the other episodes and don't be afraid to leave a review on Apple Podcasts. As always, this is Yaseen Azzam signing out. See you next weekend.